Hey everyone, welcome to day one of Math 133. So my name is Joe Hopkins. I'm going to be the instructor for Math 133. Also on the call is Cindy Cummings. She is the instructor for Math 033, sometimes called O33. You met her yesterday if you came to her Zoom. She is going to be running the class on Mondays and Wednesdays. Her class will also be 6:30 to 8. And then my class Tuesdays and Thursdays will be 6:30 to 8. Um, this class is I'm running two sessions of this class. I'm also running a morning session that goes from 9:30 a.m. until 11 a.m. And you can join that one if you want. You do not have to come to the evening class if the morning class works better for your schedule. Um, but anyway, so as I said, my name is Joe Hopkins. I graduated with a master's degree in mathematics at Western Michigan University. I worked for 4 years at the NSA, which is out in Maryland, at Fort Meade. I had top secret clearance, so I can't really tell you what I did, but it was math. So, doing a lot of math and statistics. So, after that, I worked at Rocket Mortgage for 9 years in Detroit, working as a data analyst, so doing reporting on how the business was doing. So, Gabrielle says from Maryland. Nice. I know where Elton is. Yeah. Um, After that, my current job right now, I work online over at that desk over there. I work from home, still doing math, still doing analysis for a company that deals with companies on the stock market. So, uh, that's me. So I can definitely tell you about like why you need this math. A lot of times when I teach a math class, people are like, "Why do I need this? I'm never going to need this." Well, I can tell you when you're going to use this kind of math and statistics because I've used it, at my job. So. As far as personal life, I am married. I have three kids. I have a 14-year-old and a 1-year-old, so it's a pretty big spread. And then we have, two dogs and three cats and I don't know, 29 chickens right now. So there's a lot of living things at my house. So, in my free time, whatever free time I have, I am a board game designer. I have one board game published. I put it over there on my shelf, but this is my game right here. It is a game called Endangered. It is a cooperative game where you work together to save a species from extinction, and you roll dice during the game. I dropped a link in the chat where you can, look at it more, but uh, it's published by a company out of Grand Rapids, and so you roll dice during the game, and so I used some of the probability that we're going to talk about in chapter 6, to make sure the math works out. So yeah, all this stuff back here is board games. Not those ones aren't ones that I publish. That's just what I do for fun. So should I steal your 29 chickens, perhaps? No, I mean we're only getting 3 eggs a day right now, because during the winter they don't give as much. During the summer we get like a dozen a day. So, um, also on the call we have Cindy. So Cindy probably already introduced herself at yesterday's call, but Cindy, you want to say hi to everybody?
Yes, I'd love to. Good to see you guys again. I told you I'd be right here with you. Um, Joe, I do want to remind students there are some that are signed up for the I-1 session. And because we don't have the instructor access to each other's Canvas course yet, if you go and try to look at my recording, if you're actually registered for the I-1, you'll see Elaine's recording there. Same thing. I know. You know why, Gabby? Because I'm sitting on my bed. That's why. I'm not in the office. I'm comfy here. So yes, I do want to. So if you guys went to the 9:30 to 11 session in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, you'll have a lane. But we teach exactly the same thing. So if you, for right now, if you come to my session and you go to try to, re-listen something, um, you'll get Elaine's recording. Hopefully that'll get fixed here soon.
So, yep. Thank you, Cindy. So, yeah. So, you guys you students in the class, this class are enrolled in two classes. I am the instructor for Math 133, which is statistics, and Cindy and Elaine are the instructors for the Math 033, which is the prerequisite. Okay. Normally, when you do classes, you have to pass the prerequisite first, and then you can take the harder class. But you guys get a bonus, bonus class this time where you actually get to do both. So if you so that means that you're going to be doing class Monday through Thursday on Zoom. It's just going to depend on whose Zoom you're going to join. Okay, so Cindy and Lane are on Monday and Wednesday, and like Cindy just said, you do not have to come to both classes, and you probably don't want to because they're covering the same thing. Okay, same exact material. Same thing with my class, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can come to the 9:30 a.m. class or the 6:30 p.m. class. You do not need to go to the same thing. I'm going to be covering the exact same stuff, probably saying the same jokes. So, Cindy, do you coordinate your jokes with Elaine? Yeah. Okay. Um, so sometimes, if you miss the morning class, you can come to the evening class, or you can switch it around if that helps your schedule. Some come to the morning class on Tuesdays and the evening class on Thursdays. That's fine. So Kelly, do I have to come to both days of the week? We'll talk about that. The short answer is no. You'll want to come to at least one. The longer answer we'll talk about a little later, but the medium answer, I guess, is um, the best way to pass this class is come to the Zoom. Can you pass the class without coming to any of the Zooms? The answer is yes. You can pass this class if you never do any of the Zooms. It's just going to be a lot of work on you. It's going to be a lot harder, but you can do it. Okay. Um, but if you come to all of the Zoom classes, that's your best shot at passing. Okay. This class is no joke. So we'll talk about that in a second. So, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna share my screen and let me know if you can see it. Yes, okay. Um, yes, thank you. So I got some thumbs up. I like it. All right, so this is Canvas, and here I am. You'll notice that this is Math 133 BCI1, as Cindy mentioned. You may be enrolled in the BCI2. I2 is the evening class. It doesn't matter. I've already combined both my classes together. Cindy and Elaine are still working on getting access to each other's classes, but eventually you'll be able to go into either one. It doesn't matter. Um, so there's a button over here where you can collapse all because right now everything's all expanded out. So I definitely prefer that. Um, uh, this link takes you to the Zoom. Good job. You did it. You're here. You're on the Zoom. So you already got that. But there's a link there for the Zoom. Where to get help. There's a free tutoring center. The tutors at the tutor center, they have been instructed on how to do this class. Most of them have taken this class. They are all JC students. So yeah, it's free. So if you need help, get help, right? I don't want you to, I want to set you up for success, okay? I want you to do well in the class. So use the tutor center, okay? If you do tutoring outside of that, there are some like problems that we might work on where we do it a certain way and other tutors or instructors or are going to do it differently and you're going to get marked down for that. So I mean there's always more than one way to do a math problem, but we'll be able to tell that you're not using one of our methods. So um okay, we'll click on some of these other links here. So Scanner app. Yeah, so the Scanner app, when you do your assignments, you'll have an app. You'll need to get an app on your phone, either Genius Scan or Cam Scanner, or Adobe Scan. And this is the same link that is in Cindy's class, and she showed you how, how to scan things in. And if you get stuck, she'll totally be able to help you. But basically, you're going to be doing your assignments on paper, okay? And then you'll scan it into Canvas and submit it, okay? All right. Uh, Solution Center. Okay, so if you have IT issues, you can contact the JC Solution Center. All right, this one, the lecture videos playlist. Okay, so let's talk about how this class works. So a normal class, this class is backwards. Okay, a normal class, you come to the Zoom session and I lecture you and teach you some math, and then on your own time, you do the homework assignments and turn those in, right? That's a normal class. This class doesn't do that. It's backwards, it's reversed, okay? You're going to come to the Zoom sessions with me, and we are going to work on the homework together. We're going to do all of the projects and all of the worksheets here in class. You're going to work on them with me and Cindy and get 100% on your homework assignments. Okay, good deal. Like I said before, one of the best ways to pass this class is come to the Zoom sessions because you get 100% on your homework, okay, and your projects. Then on your own time, you'll watch the lecture videos, and that will be a different instructor. Alana Takishu will be teaching you the material. You'll fill out your notes in the lecture notes in the course pack, and this is a link to the lecture note, the lecture video. Okay, and it's all of them. Okay, you probably don't need this one. So if I come down here to day one, this is day one, right? January 13th. Um, you'll see that I'm only assigning 1.1, 2.1, and 2.2 lecture notes. Okay, so don't do all of chapter one. We're going to be doing chapter one throughout the course. Okay, so just these are the three that you need to work on right now. If you click on any of those, uh, when uh, when you click on one of those, it will have a link that will take you to YouTube, and you can watch the videos there in YouTube. Uh, they are also embedded in this page, so you can watch the videos here if you want. Either way is fine, okay? Um, and you can see that you're going to just follow along with what Alana's doing, and she's going to do the lecture with you, and you'll write all the stuff that she writes in your course pack. And then once you've watched all of these different videos, you'll come down here, you'll use your scanner app, you'll scan those pages, and you'll upload it into Canvas, okay? And you've got that lecture notes, those lecture notes done, okay? So it's backwards. You'll do the lectures on your own time, and you'll do the homework assignment in Zoom with me. Okay. Now, when you watch these lecture videos, it's up to you whether you want to watch on YouTube or you want to watch them in Canvas. There's positives and negatives for both. If you watch on YouTube, if you go to this link, you got to watch ads unless you have an account, like a YouTube, you know, Pro account or something. Um, but the YouTube will autoplay. So it'll autoplay all of these videos. If you watch it here in Canvas, there's no ads, but you'll have to click on this one and then scroll down and click on this one, okay? Um, the other thing about YouTube is YouTube does this thing with their audio to like balance it. And so Alana's voice, like they balance the microphone so it's a little quieter. So if you turn up your video to hear her, don't blow out your eardrums when the ad comes on and it's, normal volume. Okay. Um, anyway, so that's the lecture notes. And by the way, this class, there's a lot to do. Okay. This class is no joke, as I mentioned before. We have a lot of things to cover. So it's easy to fall behind in this class. You are absolutely welcome to go further ahead and watch ahead in the lecture notes. Okay. That is a good thing to do. Okay. You don't have to, okay, but you know, all of this math builds on itself. I mean, math always does, right? You learn addition, and then after that you learn multiplication, and then you learn exponents, and if you miss one of those, you're gonna not be able to do the next one. So, if you're behind in chapter two, you're gonna have a hard time with chapter three, and then you need that information for chapter four, right? So, um, yeah. feel free to work ahead on the lecture notes if you want, especially since uh so the lecture notes are due. I have it as January 15th, which is this upcoming Thursday. But it would be really good if you watch those lecture notes before tomorrow because Cindy is going to use the material from those lecture notes in her class tomorrow. So we're not going to do math today, but yeah, I know you guys are very bummed. We're not going to get to do any math. I'm bummed. I like math. Um, we'll do some math on Thursday. Cindy's going to do math with you tomorrow, and she's going to be working on 1.1 and 2.1. So try to watch those before her class because that's going to be important. And that's going to apply to all of these lecture notes. So this one down here is due on Tuesday, but it would be best if you watched it before her class on Monday. Okay. So again, getting ahead in the lecture notes will help you with that. So, you're good when you come to her Zoom class. Okay. Um, Okay, so we talked about the lecture notes. All right. We talked about this. So, as I mentioned, this class is very full. There's a lot we have to cover. And part of the reason why that is because this class needs to be able to transfer to a four-year college. Okay. So, if when you finish this class and you transfer over to Western Michigan University, go Broncos, you will not have to take statistics there because you've already finished it here and it transfers. Okay. So there's certain things that we need to cover in these, 30 days? Yeah, we got 30 days and we got a packed schedule. Okay. So, anyway, uh, so as I said, it's easy to fall behind. Try not to fall behind. Okay. We did that. We talked about that. Okay. I have a student survey I need to send to you guys. So here it is. And drop this in the chat for you. Kevin asked, as we watch the lecture notes, where do we take the notes? Just pen and paper or the course pack. It is in the course pack. All of the lecture notes will be in the course pack. Okay. I saw some people say they have their course pack. Who has their course pack again? Got Gabrielle, Nathan, Crystal. Nice. You guys are on top of it. Like it. Okay. So it's huge, right? The course pack is massive. Okay. Don't get overwhelmed. We are not going to cover everything in the course pack. Yes, scared to open the thing. Yeah, it doesn't even fit in one binder. I would recommend having two binders, one binder for the lecture notes and another binder for the worksheets that we're going to do. Okay. That's what I would recommend. Um, yeah, and you're enrolled in two classes. You're enrolled in my class and Cindy's class. So if you were in two classes normally, you'd have two textbooks. So, you know, um, but anyway, so we will cover all of the notes though. We will do all the lecture notes. So you will find those in the course pack. You dropped it out of the bookstore. Hopefully pages didn't scatter everywhere. Um, where do the lecture notes end? Yes, at the yellow pages. So the yellow pages in there are an exam notes packet that you can use during the exam. You'll be able to have those in front of you during the exam, which is awesome. Okay. So don't lose that. Okay. Um, okay, uh so I sent you a student survey just now. I gave you some information about me. I'm not going to have go around the room and get information about you guys, but if you fill out the survey, it is worth points. I'll get to know, about you and your pets and, your family and stuff. So it is a long survey. I apologize, but it's worth 20 points. So your first assignment's super easy. Okay, just fill in the survey. Okay. And yes, if you don't have the lecture notes, you need to get them or the course pack. You need to make sure you have the course pack. Um, so back over here under important documents, we have the syllabus. I'm going to skip that for the moment. We'll come back to the syllabus, but there is a link to the course pack if you need it. But don't print it out from here. Okay, it's huge. It's like 500-600 pages, and like how much is that in ink? It's gonna yeah. Don't print. It's free. Go to the bookstore. It is free. Okay. If you need to have it shipped to you because you're not in the area, you're not local, it's $15, and they'll get it to you pretty quick. So if you are in that situation and you need to do the lecture notes before tomorrow because Cindy's going to use that material, I will accept it on plain blank paper. You just write what Alana writes in, blank paper, and you can turn it in like that for the moment. Okay. Okay. So, we talked about the course pack. It's on bookstore, first floor, Potter Center. Okay. So, uh, this link for data sets, I'm not going to look at right now. We'll need that when we talk about worksheets. This one is the exam notes packet. We already talked about that. That's the yellow pages you have. So if you do lose that one, we just print another one out, I guess. Um, there's that. Uh, okay, so today's day one, and uh, I have the recording of the morning session in here. This is where I'll be posting them, and I'll usually post them by the end of the night, maybe like 11 p.m. So if you do unfortunately miss the Zoom, you will want to watch it because I'm always going to be giving some hints and some help in doing the worksheets and the projects for you. Uh, so if you come to the Zoom, we do the entire worksheet and project together. You get 100%. Awesome. Okay. If you miss the Zoom, you can watch the recording, but I don't do the entire recording. I just give you some hints, uh, and then turn off the recording and then go back through with the students that are live on Zoom to do the entire assignment. Okay. The link for the survey, I dropped it in the chat, but you can also find it right here. Student survey filled out. You click on that and you click on that, and it'll take you to the right spot. There you go. For example, page 5 of the course pack is filling out the answers, taking notes, or am I confused? Yeah, correct, Kevin. You're gonna section 1.1 is for the lecture notes is what I'm assigning today. And yeah, you'll watch the video and you'll fill in on the lecture note in the course pack, you'll fill in the answers that Alana gives you. Okay. That is the taking the notes. Yes. Um, okay, so I mentioned the recordings. Uh, I mentioned that the class is backwards. Um, I mentioned watching the material early. So Alana is the one that does the lecture notes, but if you have questions, reach out to me and Cindy. Um, Alana will answer your question, but we are your instructors. We're the ones, getting paid to do the work for this course. So reach out to me and Cindy if you have questions on anything. Um, talked about that. Talked about that. Uh, all right. So let's go back to the syllabus because we skipped past the syllabus. So, um, all right, the syllabus. I'm gonna open up, my copy here. So there I am. That's me and my family. As I mentioned, I have a teenager and she's not a baby. I mean, she's a toddler now. She's 1 year old. This is an old picture. I apologize. She's still cute, but yeah. So you can come to either one. There's the Zoom. There's my email address, and this is my cell phone number. So some professors might not give out their personal cell phone, but I am giving it to you. I respect you guys. I trust that you're not going to use it for anything that you shouldn't. So if you need to reach out to me, please do so. Okay. I want to set you up for success. I want you to have the best opportunity to pass this class. Okay. So don't call me at 2 a.m. in the morning, but if you need to text me, you can. The best would be if you message me on Remind though. So here is the link to Remind. If you have not joined Remind, you need to do that. Okay. So in the survey that I sent, I will be asking for your personal cell phone and your email. Um, they're not required, but it really helps because if I need to get a hold of you, if there's an emergency, Remind will be the first thing I use. But like, so it hasn't happened with Jackson College, but so Jackson High Schools got hacked a couple years back and the entire system was down. So if that happens, like, and I can't teach the class because everything's down, I can't email you if Jackson College's email's down, right? So that's why I need you on Remind. That's why I need personal contact info. There was one time where someone, they they were late to the exam and I was like, "Are you coming to the exam?" Oh, shoot, I didn't know. And so like, yeah, if there's an emergency, I need to be able to get hold of you. So, okay, so we're all in Remind. Definitely need to get in Remind. That is required. And bunch of things. Yeah, it was the entire, yes, you are correct. It wasn't just Jackson High School, it was the entire district. Yeah. Um, okay, so there's that. Course pack talked about. PDF scanner we talked about. Uh, um, Okay, this is what I care. This is what I want to talk about. All right, grading scale. So here, how do you pass this class? So, there is the participation and notes. We've talked about the lecture notes already, okay, but we'll talk a little bit more maybe. Participation, classwork, projects, midterm, and final. Okay. Okay, so the lecture notes. Uh, we already talked about those. So you have three of them due right now, Thursday. But try to get them done sooner. Participation. So the participation points is come to Zoom. You did it. Week one, you got your participation put notes, okay? Or participation points, okay? Um, so do you have to come to both Zoom sessions? No, you do not. To get your participation points for my class, you just have to come to either Tuesday or Thursday. And you can come to the morning session or the evening session, okay? And that will cover you. Now, I said earlier, do you have to come to Zoom? No, you do not. If this is the last time you just like hate my voice and this is the last time you want to see my face, uh, you do not have to come to any more of the Zooms, okay? But to get your participation points, you have extra work to do. So this link, this button right here is the weekly discussion board. And you'll notice that we don't have to do it for week one because you're all here. You came to a Zoom week one, you got your participation points. Week two, if you miss class 3 and you miss class 4, you'll need to come in here to this discussion board and uh, you'll need to read through this, crazy long thing. You'll need to hit reply down here and answer these questions, okay? In addition to that, you need to, let's see, where did I put it? Discussion board. So in addition to that, where do I have it in here? I'm not sure, but to get your participation points, you need to do the discussion board and you also need to reply to two other people who have also filled in the discussion board. Okay. So if you're the first person to fill in the discussion board, you still have to reply to two other people. So you're gonna have to wait till more people reply. Okay. So you don't have to do any of these if you come to the Zoom. Okay. As I said before, best way to pass this class, come to Zoom. All right. Cindy, I actually took data from our last class, our last course, on the number of times a person attended, and the number and their final grade, and did a linear regression. So maybe we'll look at that for chapter 4. So, okay. Questions in the chat are popping up. Can you access Zoom for this class on the mobile device? Oh yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about the midterm, that might actually be important. So yeah, you can, Mike. So week 8 is the midterm. You don't need to come. Or sorry. So you don't need to do the discussion board then. Okay. We won't get a 0 for not doing the discussions. Gabrielle's asking a question. You are correct. I have to go in and mark that you attended. So it might show that, oh, you didn't do the discussion board, you're late. if you attended one of the Zoom sessions, I will go in and mark that you got the full 20 points for participation. You're good. Okay. So, uh, yeah. Um, Now, if you miss both sessions, so if you miss class 3 and you miss class 4, you do need to do the discussion or you'll get a 0. Um, and yeah, so anyway, 1 second. Sorry about that. I ran out of water. So that was participation and notes. Got it. Next is classwork and projects. So classwork and projects, I'm going to talk about those together. Um, uh, if you come to the Zoom sessions, we will be working on those together, as I mentioned. So you can see that Thursday, we are going to cover the Chapter 2, Project 1, and we will do that together in class, okay, in the Zoom. And if you have questions, I'll make sure that I answer those. Like I want to make sure that you are doing as best you can. So if you're coming to Zoom and you're stuck, you're like I don't understand what you're doing. Please stop me. Please say, Joe, like, hey, how did you do that? Right? Because I want to make sure I'm teaching you the math, not just doing math in front of you. Okay. So on Tuesday next week, we'll do the chapter 2 review, and that one will be in your course pack. But the same thing, we'll work on it together and we'll get it done. Okay. Now, do you have to do those? Do you have to come to the Zoom? No, you do not. You can pass this class without coming to Zoom, but you'll have to do those on your own. So you'll come in here, chapter 2 project, you'll click on that, and then it'll have a link to the Google document, and you'll have to fill in the answers there. There is a video here that might help you, but it's not going to, just do it for you. It's not going to do everything. Okay. Same thing with the chapter 2 review, except the chapter 2 review worksheet. The link in there is just to the data set. The actual worksheet is in the course pack. Okay. Okay, so off topic, but is Math 033 also only one Zoom meeting a week to get participation? And it's the same info. Okay, so no, so for the Monday and Wednesday meetings will be different. So Cindy's going to cover on Monday, she's covering 2.1 and 1.1 on, or no, that's Wednesday. Monday, she will be covering something different. So you want to come to the Monday and the Wednesday. Do you have to come to both? No, you do not. But they will be different each day. They'll be the same.
If you don't
Yeah, go ahead,
come,
Cindy.
they need to make sure they're watching the recording.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the worksheets and the class worksheets and the projects. Okay. All right. Next is the midterm and the final. So the midterm is 30%. The final is also 30%. That's a big deal. So you want to make sure that you are doing well on those. So let's see. So today is today. Today's January 12th. You're here. Good job. The midterm exam is Thursday, February 26th. Okay, if you're taking it with me in Zoom. Right after that is spring break. I wanted you guys to do the test and then go and enjoy your spring break as opposed to do your spring break and right after you get back you have an exam. So you're studying and anxious the entire time. I don't want that. So the midterm is on February 26th. The final exam is on April 30th. Okay. I am telling you those dates now. Okay. So that you can plan for them. Okay. So do what you need to do so that you can be at those sessions. Okay. I have also given you the same courtesy. I have taken time off of work, so I will not be working on February 26th or April 30th. So if you need to ask for work off, you need to do that. Okay. If you have kids, like make sure you have childcare, make sure you have things covered. Okay. Um, I had I had someone join the midterm late. Like the class is from 6:30 to 8, and they showed up at 7:30, and it was like I'm done at 8. Like, so she did, that person, sorry, I shouldn't have said she, person didn't pass the class. So um yeah, I'm telling you those now. Put them in your calendar, ask for the time off, you know, do what you need to. Okay. All right. Do you have to take it that day though? No, you don't. Will the Zooms for those be at the same time as normal or during a different scheduled time? That is a good question, Quinn. Uh, the midterm and final, they will be on those dates from 6 to 9, so 3 hours long. Okay. 6 to 9. Uh, if you want to do it in the morning, you can. It will be from uh 9 a.m. until noon. Okay, 3 hours. Okay. Now, that's if you do it with me on Zoom. Do you need to do it on Zoom? No, you do not. Okay. You can take the test at the testing center on campus, in the Burt Walker building. There's a testing center there, and you can take it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday that week. So you could take the exam Tuesday, February 24th, 25th, 26th, or Friday, February 27th. Okay. Same thing for April 30th. You can do it April uh, 28, 29, 30, or Friday, May 1st. Is Friday, May 1st? Doesn't sound right. Yeah, okay, it is. Friday, May 1st. Okay. Now, if you're planning on taking it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at the testing center, that's great. I actually encourage you to do that. I strongly recommend taking it at the testing center. Okay. We all have distractions. I can hear kids running around upstairs. I'm down in my office right now, but we all have distractions at home. Um, so at the testing center, it's much quieter. There's no distractions. Okay. Also at the testing center, there's no time limit. Okay. Well, I mean, they're open from like 10 to 6, but that's like 8 hours. So if you come to the testing center, like you don't have to worry about being done in 3 hours. Okay. Uh, if you are, a test taker who takes longer to do things, or you're worried about the material, come to the testing center and you have as much time as you want, as long as they're open. Okay. Now, if and you can also walk in. Okay. I would recommend like making sure you have that time like blocked off in your calendar, but you don't have to have an appointment with them, uh except on Friday. So if you're planning on taking it Friday, February 27th, their hours are, I think, are 10 to 2. So you will probably want to make sure that you have an appointment, because what you don't want to have happen is they're busy and they have too many people, and you have to wait. Okay. Um, so if you're planning on taking it on Friday, I do recommend reaching out to them, setting up an appointment. Okay. Um, the other thing about taking it on Zoom is, if I come over here to, all right, so the midterm, um, on the 26th, if you're taking it in Zoom, you'll see that you need to be prepared to use your webcam. So if you're taking it with me, I need to be able to see you, and I need to be able to see your workspace. Okay. We'll talk about that as we get closer to the exam, but I need to be able to see that you're not on sites you're not supposed to, you're not getting help from someone. Okay. So if you don't have a webcam, you'll want to take it at the testing center. Okay. So someone earlier asked, can you join the class on your phone? Yes, you can. And actually, some people will do that for the exam. They'll join on their phone, turn on the camera, and set it up so that I can see them. And then also, they'll join on their computer so that I can see. They'll have their phone pointed so they can see their workspace, and they'll have uh, the laptop webcam pointing at them so I can see them. Okay. So yes, you can do it that way if you need to. Um, Okay. So make sure you block that time off, okay? Because, everyone has responsibilities. Everybody has things going on in their lives, and I totally get that, right? But remember that you're here for a reason, right? This is not high school where you have to be here, okay? Um, you guys are here because you want to be. Okay, maybe you don't want to do statistics, right? Or maybe you do. Maybe you're here because you love math and you want to do stats. Like that would be that would be me. But um, you're here because you have a goal, right? Maybe that goal is you need this class to graduate. Maybe you need this class to transfer to another college. Maybe you need this class for the nursing program or admin. So I'm going to pause here. So, what are some of your goals? Like, why are you in this class? Like, why are you here? What do you need this class for? Nursing. Okay, nursing program. Transfer to Michigan State. Nice. Okay. Dental hygiene. Nice. Not nursing. Thanks, Corbin. Yeah. Complete my nursing degree. Yeah. So, okay, great. So you have a goal. Like you're not here necessarily because you want to do statistics, okay? But you're here because you want to pass this class. You want, I mean, you probably spent money on this, or somebody spent money on this, okay? So I want you to get your money out of this. And so I want to make sure that, you're set up for success, okay? I'm bringing this up because, you know, this class is a lot, okay? I've already said that before, and it's easy to get behind, okay? So keep your goal in mind, nursing program or not nursing program in Corbin's case. Uh, keep your goal in mind, okay? And don't let yourself fall behind, okay? The reason I'm bringing this up is because, like, you guys are going to have to go watch these lecture notes on your own time. Don't just say, okay, well, I'm going to watch those lecture notes when I have some free time, when I have a free moment, okay? Because, well, number one, we're all busy. We don't have free time in our days. Okay. So it's not going to happen. Okay. Number two, if you do get free time, you don't want to go watch math, right? Like, I mean, even me, I don't do math in my free time. I play games. Okay. So, um, s- set up some time in your schedule where you're going to say like, okay, on Wednesday nights, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to do my math, or you know, maybe I'm a night owl right after Joe's talking. I'm going to go and I'm going to watch these. Okay, so yeah, Gabriel, watch. Yeah. In your free time, you don't want to be doing math. Okay, so make sure you set that time aside in your schedule because you have a goal. You want to do well, and I want you to do well. Okay. All right. So, okay. Talked about all that. I'll get off my soapbox. I apologize. So, yeah, I apologize and going off on tangents all over the place. Um, okay. Did I answer all the questions? Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. All right. Um, so let me see here. Let's go back to the syllabus. Uh, we talked about the notes, participation worksheets, exams, talked about all of that. Okay. Um, classwork, talked about midterm. Here's info on the Jackson College testing lab at the testing center. As I mentioned, I definitely recommend doing it there. Um, is there extra credit? No, there is not going to be extra credit for this class. So again, if you are worried about, you know, extra credit, you're worried about your grade, as I said before, the best way to keep your grade up is stay on top of things, don't fall behind, maybe even work ahead a little in the lecture notes, okay? Late work. Um, yeah, there's enough. There's enough work. You are correct, Kevin. Um, okay, so the lecture notes are due, when are they due? They're due at 6 p.m. on Thursday. What if you turn them in late? So if you turn anything in before midnight, it's fine. Okay. I will still accept it if it's turned in by midnight, the day that it is due. Okay. I'm not going to go in here and edit all of these to say midnight. But there you go. Okay. Um, Now, if an assignment is turned in at 12:01, it is late. It is, I'll mark it as a day late. Each day that an assignment is late, I will knock 1 point off. Okay. So with the projects, what's the project worth? This project that we're going to do on Thursday is worth 20 points. So if you turn it in 5 days late, the best score you can get is a 15 out of 20. Okay. Now, that's fine, I guess, for the projects and the worksheets. For the lecture notes, 1.1 lecture notes, that's only worth 4 points. So if that's turned in 2 days late, you're losing 2 points off of that. It's already half off, okay? Even if you get 100% on it. So if you're going to turn something in late, worksheets and projects are okay. Don't turn the lecture notes in late if you can avoid it. Again, like I said, you can work ahead, okay? Do they lock at 6 p.m.? No, they do not. You can turn in anything, even after midnight, even multiple days late. That's fine. Okay, up to a point. I had one student who didn't do anything, barely did anything, and then did a whole bunch of stuff on April 29th, turned it in. And that is a lot on me because I have to have final grades turned in the Monday after the final. Okay. So I will not accept anything that is more than 3 weeks late. Okay. Um, so I mean, if you're at that point where you're turning something in 3 weeks late, like you are very behind, like, we should talk about whether like you're going to pass the class and whether you should consider like withdrawing from the class or anything like that. Okay. But if you need to turn something in late, it's okay. Now, for exams, 3 weeks is crazy, 3 days. For exams, um, the exams are going to be, you're going to turn the exams in just like the chapter reviews and just like the lecture notes. You're going to do it on paper and you're going to use your scanner to scan it into Canvas. So right here, you'll submit your assignment. Okay. Not assignment, you'll submit your midterm. Okay. And it's due within 5 minutes of the when the time runs out. Okay. So I give you 5 minutes because it's going to take time to scan it in and upload it and everything like that. Okay. After that point, um, you will lose 1 point every minute that exam is late. Okay. I could say that if you turn in your exam late, that it's a zero. Okay. I had a student who, exam ended at 9 o'clock and she submitted it in Canvas at 11 p.m. I don't know for those 2 hours whether she was continuing to work on the exam, getting help from someone, looking things up. You're not supposed to. Okay. So I'm not going to say zero. Okay. I'm not going to say if you turn in late, it's nothing, but at that point, you're losing a point per minute. Okay. Now, if there's an emergency, obviously, tell me and we can work on that. Okay. We talked about attendance. 1 second. Okay. There's that. Nobody's cheating. Nobody's using AI. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's it. That's the syllabus. Okay, so we'll get out of here. Okay. How many pages are in the exams? Midterm is 9 pages. Final is 12, I believe. Yeah. Um, okay. So that's that. All right. Uh, Do I have other questions? No, I think I answered all the questions. Okay, yeah. Stop me if you have questions, as always, because like I said, I want you to, you're here at the Zoom. You're here so that you can ask questions. I want to set you up for success. So I'm going to stop my screen share though, because now we're going to talk about StatCrunch. So there is a website called statcrunch.com. That's this one right here. And this is where we're going to be doing a lot of our statistics calculations. I'm not going to make you, do them in the calculator. If you need to use a calculator, desmos.com. We're going to be using that during the class. But StatCrunch will do like our standard deviations and our calculating averages and stuff for us. Okay. So uh, we need to, you're going to follow along and click on Access Pearson. Okay. So I'm going to stop my screen share and I would love for someone to share their screen with us so we can see how to get to StatCrunch. Okay. And it's okay if you haven't used them. I do not expect that you've ever even heard of StatCrunch or Desmos. That is totally fine. Okay, we're going to be working on them together. Okay. So to share your screen, I'm going to do a screenshot here of this. Okay. I'll share this one. Okay. So Cindy, this is what I'm seeing. So I see you, but so you'll notice that there's a big green up arrow at the bottom of the Zoom window. If you click on that for sharing, you can choose which window you want to show and you can share your screen. So I'm going to stop my screen share because yeah, thank you, Nathan. So Nathan is sharing his screen with us, and here he is in Canvas. So you're going to click on Access Pearson on the left. Yep. Next thing you'll do is there's a big purple button. You'll click on that. You did. Yep. So it'll open a new window. So, yep, there you go. You're going to click on Create Account. Okay. If you already have an account, you would sign in with the account that you have. So now you're going to put your information in here. For your yep, email and username. So make sure you know, make sure you have this username and password. If you don't memorize it, that's fine. You can have it written down. You're going to need it for the exam. Okay. I don't want to hear like the day of or the day before the exam. Oh, I can't get into StatCrunch. You're going to be in trouble. Okay. So, um,
Do we use the our personal email or the
no,
UTC
you're
email for
going to
this?
use your Jackson College email.
Okay,
Good
thank you.
question. Yeah. So this is, by the way, this is free. The access to StatCrunch is included in the cost of the course. So if you hit a paywall where it says, enter payment information, stop. Okay, you'll want to contact the Jet store at that point. Yeah, you'll put user your password has to be, yeah, okay. So make sure you have this password saved somewhere. If you want to stop your share, Nathan, so you can see your screen, click on the eyeball to see the password or whatever you can. I don't know if anyone's going to copy or anything, but we are
All right.
recording. So, okay. So, your country, I guess it looks like you have to enter that. Student USA. Yep. So yep, you're good. United States. The first checkbox you need to click, you can uncheck the second box and yep, save that. Yep, and hit continue and you're good. Okay, so probably you can close that. You'll click on the access now for the statistics book that's right there, and it'll bring you here. And this is Pearson. You'll click on that yellow button right there for Open My Lab and Mastering. And it's gonna ask you to please be patient. All right, we will all wait patiently, and you're done. All right, so there it is. Um, At this point, you can click on any of the other buttons. You don't need to. At this point, you're in. Okay. So can you open a new window and do statcrunch.com? Yep. And here it is. So you'll sign in or register using that Pearson, and you've already got it saved in your browser. So you're good. And you're in. You hit that orange button at the top for StatCrunch, and it'll open StatCrunch. And here it is. And we can do all of our statistics, math and normal calculations all up in here. Okay. So you're good. Thank you, Nathan.
It oddly looks like Excel.
It does. So there's some Excel functionality, but it's not going to act like Excel. Now, we could have done almost all of our statistics stuff in Excel, but Microsoft requires you to have an account for that, and that is also not free. So I guess there's some Google Sheets you could use. This is paid for, okay? So you're good. All right. Kelly's got a question. Where do we go to register our account? So, Kelly, do you want to share your screen and we'll walk you through it?
I had a question.
Go ahead, Gabrielle.
It's the one that says by Michael Sullivan, third.
Sorry, what's it?
The statistics informed decision using data by Michael Sullivan, a third. It says access now.
Um, I don't think you're in the right spot. Does that sound familiar, Cindy?
I think that's it.
Oh, is it?
I think it's
I
just like
think
the
she's talking
name
about the
of
book.
the book.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
book. Yeah, you'll
Yeah, the
click on
name
the
of the
orange
book.
button next to the book. Oh, the access now. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. I should have gotten screenshots of this. So, okay. Thank you for sharing your screen, Kelly. Can you click on my class, which is the one with the or the that dice? Yeah, right there. On the left where it says Access Pearson, can you click on that? On the left under home, course modules, click on Access Pearson. And right here, you'll click on Create Account. And you're going to put in your Jackson College email, the MyJCC. Yep, that one. Password. So you make sure if you want to stop your screen share now, you can. If you're worried about people seeing your password, but make sure this is a password that you'll either remember or you can write it down so that you have it. Your computer will save it for you, but there's times where like your cookies get cleared or your cache gets cleared, and then you lose all those passwords and you have to re-enter them. So we don't want you to have to click on forgot username or password. All right, so once you get your password filled in, Gabrielle, you can reshare your screen.
I think it was Kelly.
Oh, sorry, Kelly. Sorry, Kelly, once you've got yours, you can reshare your screen. Sorry, uh got you mixed up.
That's okay.
And this login, by the way, that we're doing right now is just to register. You don't need to do this every time. So as we saw on Nathan's screen, you could just go to StatCrunch.com. So, oh man, passwords cannot use anything except dash, dot, at, or underscore. Well, that's annoying. Okay. Yep. So now hit create account. Country not found. Okay. Just click on where it says United States. Did you spell it wrong? What the heck? It didn't look wrong. We are no longer a country. Well, that's certainly debatable. Uh, okay. Do you want to save the password? Sure. Okay. Hit continue. Good job, James. Okay, yeah, this is the Michael Sullivan one yet. Okay, gotcha. So, yep, hit access now. Sorry, I didn't understand the question earlier. Um, okay, and then hit that orange, yellowish button there for Open MyLab and Mastering. Be patient. That's step 4 is be patient. And you're done. Okay, you're good. So now at this point, if you go type in a new window, statcrunch.com, you should be able to get to it and you're good. Statcrunch.com. Yep, absolutely. In the upper right, it'll say sign in or register. You click on that. and it should have already saved it for you. Touch ID. Okay, sure. Sign in. Awesome. All right. And then that orange button, open StatCrunch. All right. This is going great. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna take the screen share back if that is okay. If there is anyone else who is stuck or needs help, Cindy can help you tomorrow. I can help you on Thursday, but we are going to be using StatCrunch on Thursday, and I'll walk you through things. You definitely don't need to have seen it before. Okay. Okay. Uh, we talked about all that. So, and by the way, if so we're recording right now, right? And I'm going to be putting the recording under here in day one. When you click on that, it'll take you to a link that'll take you over here to the channel that has all of the recordings, or at least the recording for that session. So if you missed any of that or you need to rewatch anything, you can, okay? Um, okay. We talked about how to get participation points. We talked about turning in things late. Talked about scanner, course pack. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so on your to-do list is if you don't have the course pack, you need to get the course pack. You'll need to make sure you have a scanner app on your phone so that you'll be able to scan your assignments in. You need to do the survey if you haven't yet. You need to join Remind. That's definitely required. Do the lecture notes 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. And I think that's it. Okay. Did I miss anything, Cindy? I always miss something.
No, I think you've said it all.
Okay, great. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to stop the recording. If anyone has any questions, you can stick around, ask those questions, but otherwise, we'll do some math on Thursday. Cindy, we'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited. Talk to you later.